Hey y'all, Gabriella here, and welcome or welcome back to Suburban Soul Homestead. Often when we think about homesteading, what comes to mind is food preserving, keeping animals, gardening, all things I'm passionate about, and many things you'll see here on this channel. But on today's video, I want to focus on what I consider to be the heart of the homestead, our home. And I believe that we should have things in our home that are both functional and beautiful. And so in today's video, I'm transforming a rather basic and functional footstool into something that I consider to be beautiful. So if you're one of those people who enjoys flipping, upcycling, or just transforming something that you may have found at a thrift store, then this video is for you. One of the first things I knew I wanted to do when I first saw and bought this stool was to get the top off. Um, I knew for a fact that I wanted to create, even design a cover for this. Yeah, I'm sure it'd be really easy for me to just take some material that I already had, some fabric I already had, and cover it up. But I wanted to create a statement, and so here I'm trying to remove the top or the backing on this. And luckily, I didn't do the whole thing because I saw that this wood had been reused or upcycled itself, and I didn't. I just wanted some fresh wood, and it's a beautiful stool. Like I could have just done something, put some putty, some wood putty to fill up those holes, and done maybe in more of an elaborate painting. But I really liked the cushion and wanted to take it and to do something else with it. But instead of using that one, I just measured out um, how much material I was going to need. Right now, this is the second measurement because when I originally had measured the first one, it wasn't long enough. And so this is going to be the material that I'm going to be printing on. Is so right here, I have a basket of rubber stamps that I made over the years, and I just wanted to create what I thought would be the pattern for um, the fabric. And this is me grabbing some combination of like screen printing ink as well as ink that I've created by using acrylic paint and fabric medium. And so here's me just sort of playing around with, not even playing around, but actually coming up with a pattern for what will soon be um, the fabric for my stool. And what you haven't seen on camera was just a test print. If you're going to print your own material using, you could buy fabric paint from the store. Always test it out on some other or on the material that you're going to be using. This is canvas material that I'm using. I keep a lot of it on hand because it's very durable, 100% cotton, and it's just I just love the strength of it and the versatility of it. Oh, so I'm in my basement workshop where I am measuring the wood since that's, as I said earlier, the wood that I had was pretty rotted. I didn't want to use it, and I knew that I had some spare wood in my basement. And so I'm using my chop saw to cut it to size. And even though, because it didn't get all the way, I just decided to saw the rest of it off by hand. And so now I'm back um, doing a little bit of upholstery work here. So taking the material that I've designed and stretching it, trying to make sure that it has just enough puff. And I was working with it, struggling a little bit, but working with it nonetheless. um, yeah, and I used my staple gun, and I think I got it really taut. I was really happy with the outcome and happy with how it came out. Y'all, I know I'm probably doing the most. It probably been totally fine for me to just replace the cover and just put it on the stool as it was. But it wouldn't be me if I wasn't doing the most. Let's keep going. Sanding by far is my least favorite thing to do, but I know it's so important, and so I do it. And so here I'm starting the sanding with, I believe it's 80 grit, and then I'm going to go up to I'm sorry, to 120, and finish off with 220. Um, it was hard for me to get into, like, I'm sort of talking ahead because I know what I did, but there's on the side, there are corners that were a little bit difficult for me to get into because of just the very shape of the stool. Here's me coming back again. This is the second sanding with the 120, and as you can see, I pretty gotten most of it all off. I also used it to sort of smoothen us to the areas that were beveled, to get that taken care of. And as you can see, what I was talking about, it's hard to get in those corners with a circular sander, as orbital sander. And so I could have just gone to the hardware store and like gotten a hand sander and gotten into it, but I'm just like, it's for me, it's for my house. Um, in the end, I really liked actually having some little bits of the brown that I couldn't get off coming out. It gave it somewhat of like a, I don't know, like a worn look that I really like, almost like a tree that I covered, which, well, it is a tree because it's it's wood, but y'all know what I mean. It just kind of gave it this different look, and you'll see it at the end, and see what I'm talking about. Um, so next I'm going to precondition the stool, and then I'm going to stain it, and then I'm going to finish it with a satin polyurethane finish. I know not the most sustainable thing um, right now, but if you all know of any sustainable companies, especially with regards to staining and finishing wood, please let me know because I'm definitely on the lookout for them. So I conditioned everything, and as I'm rubbing the stain in, I realized that it would take me forever, a million coats to get the depth, the richness of color that I wanted. But this is where I started. This is water based stain, um, and it's very very faint. And initially, I was really disappointed. I'm just like, okay. And then, as you can see, I remembered I had this color wash tint, Blue Lagoon, and when I tell you, so this is just the first coat, and I was just like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I think I did maybe three coats, and just, oh my God, the richness, you could not tell the effect that this wash came. I'm just like, I gotta find this wash somewhere else because I feel like it did better than the stain did. And so this is the second wash, and I'm just trying to hold it up against the cushion just to decide whether or not I need to go deeper. And this was the last one. Now, this lighting does not quite capture how rich the color was. But as you can see, um, it's um, it's at a level that it was at a level that I really liked. And so, um, that's the thing about lighting. I'm still learning this whole lighting thing. It doesn't see on the camera, doesn't see what I saw or what you would see if you saw the bench in person. But this is me just putting a coat of polyurethane. This is a satin finish. Um, I really love how it has a little bit of a shine, but it's very, very soft and very, very faint. So we are at the end, putting the bottom, putting the cushion on to um, the stool, And I've waited a while to get to this moment, and here we are. Here is the finished product. Thank y'all so much for tuning into today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it in some way, and I hope that it's inspired you to transform something in your home. If you've enjoyed this video in any way, please like, share, subscribe, and I hope that you'll come back soon. Peace.